Hello, everyone. I think we're live. Let me check. All right, everything looks good. Can you see and hear me? It's good to see you all hopping on here this afternoon. It's kind of hard to tell what time of day is. It's just kind of an even grayness over here with a lot of wind today. So, yay. Okay. Oh, thank you. It's a fun color, isn't it, on the scarf? It's fun to see where everyone is. Awesome. Yes, I know that Sweep and Smile is usually 6 weeks long. Well, this one is 6 weeks long also, but usually then we tackle 6 different areas of the house, a different area every week. So it can be intense. And, it takes more than a week actually to get things in hand and to find what works. Yay, my state, my town. Betsy. All right. So, 6 weeks in 6 different areas of the house is just enough time to maybe figure out what might possibly work. And, of course, we build those routines in Sweep and Smile. So starting with the morning and evening routine in the first week, we then continue to practice that all week. But most of the time, through the course of the 6 weeks, people end up adjusting even their morning and evening routine, much less all the other things. And that's why many people do Sweep and Smile over again, is because we need to iterate. We need to try something out. And it's only by trying out a routine and a system that we start figuring out what might actually work for us right now. So it takes adjustment. It's not that we find the exact right fit the first time and then we can just go, like we figure it out on paper and then can wake up Monday morning and put that into place. We have to live something out for a while, try something out, and then we start seeing what does and doesn't work for us. Because it's not the case that nothing ever works for me, but that's a lot of times how we feel going in. So first we have to kind of step back and step out of those kind of assumptions and, pity parties for ourselves. But I'm holding my coffee here in front of me. I need to put that down because I'm going to spill it on my white sweater. So as we do a whole 6 weeks on just the morning and evening routine, you are probably going to be adjusting that morning and evening routine as we go along. You do not have to have your 100% perfect morning and evening routine decided this weekend that then you are going to put into effect for the whole time. Instead, we're going to start with something. We're going to try something out, but we're going into it with the mentality of inquiry, with the mentality of discovery, and of experimentation. So we are going to experiment with our morning and evening routines and get better and better at it. All right. Welcome, Marie and Megan. All right. So, I know that many of you are here doing some Sweep and Smile for the second, third time. So if you are a Sweep and Smile alumni, give us a shout out there in the chat. And also, let's start by brainstorming what some morning and evening routine tasks might be. So, for the rest of this workshop, you're going to need paper and pencil because we're going to do some brain dumping, some getting the thoughts out of our head and onto paper so we can do something about them. So get a piece of paper, get a pen, and I'm going to be asking some questions. And And we aren't making any decisions at this point. We are just getting that thinking train started, so some coffee might help. My thinking train needs coffee. And so while I am talking about morning and evening routines, I would like you guys to start sharing what some morning and evening routine tasks might be. You can share what yours actually are if you already have them, but let's just start generating that brainstorm list of possibilities. We're not going to do them all because probably at some point, many of us have tried to do all that we think we should do in the morning and evening routine. And Ashley says, so as a newbie, should I be concerned that there are people here for their second or third time? Routines take practice, right? So that's just the name. Yes, it works. And we need to keep improving. And that's a part of it, is I think we are out there looking for the perfect answer. And we think if we find that perfect answer or that secret sauce, the thing we've been missing, then suddenly the stars will align and everything will work for us. We'll be able to do what we're supposed to do. And then we'll be 100%. And so we're looking for that one right answer or that one missing piece, when the reality is we have to go into it with this discovery and experimentation mode. And it will take varying amounts of practice, of discovery, of experimentation for people. And then, of course, life changes too. And so even if you do get something worked out that works, it might not work for forever, right? So yeah, and they adjust when our kids change ages, if we change houses, all kinds of things can hiccup our plan, not the least of which is ourselves. So we are going to experiment with more morning and evening routines. And so we'll have a whole 6 weeks to really work out what will work for us. And I don't know how many times I've adjusted mine. And I already have some ideas for tweaking it this next time too. Just as children, I've changed up their morning chores, and also noticing like, what are those morning tasks that really set me up for the rest of the day in the morning, and what things could really wait. So, where do I get the biggest bang for my buck with that time? So I see you guys already starting some run a load of laundry. Think about dinner is a good one. Unload the dishwasher, make bed, empty the dishwasher. So yes, so start thinking of those things. And one thing that I want to clarify with Sweep and Smile is that we are focusing on chores. So it's not your entire morning routine. These are the tasks, the housekeeping items that should be on your list for the morning. So like Bible reading, prayer, those kind of things would be part of maybe a course on mornings, or we talk about it in Humble Habits, but we're not talking about those kind of personal habits or personal morning routines. Sweep and Smile is about the chores. So we're going to narrow down our focus, and that doesn't mean that you shouldn't read your Bible and pray in the morning, of course. We should, and hopefully we do. But what we're looking at for Sweep and Smile is, what are the basic chores that we can get going in the morning to stay on top of things, to get the day started off on a good foot, and to prepare the scene, prepare the stage for action. So commit to dinner. That's a good one. There we go. Kirsten says, my mom said that you were doing good to have a routine that worked without tweaking for about 3 months at a time. So maybe every 3 months is about when my things need a little bit of adjusting. So maybe that's like an interval, right? Maybe you get 2 intervals and then reassess, right? But reassessing is just part of the process. And sometimes that helps make it fresh. So yeah, make bed, wipe bathroom counter, kitchen sink, coffee, shift laundry, unload the dishwasher. Yeah, those are all the kinds of tasks that might be on your morning jobs. So morning and evening chores is really what we're talking about when we're talking morning and evening routines for Sweep and Smile. So here is my challenge. You keep up that brain dumping list of tasks that might possibly be on there. And we're going to limit ourselves because limits help creativity. Limits help us make hard choices and good choices that we need to narrow things down because too often we look at all the list of all the things we could and probably should be doing. And we think, I can't do all those things. So look at all those things and start narrowing down what would make the most difference. Start identifying the most important pieces. Look for those tasks that are like the dominoes, like starting the laundry or unloading the dishwasher are great ones because they set you up for an easier time the rest of the day, right? If you get the laundry started in the morning, you're much more likely to be able to make those loads, like make it to the end of the load and actually get it put away in a day. Maybe. Or if you unload the dishwasher, then kids can load their dirty dishes into the sink after meals. So those make the rest of the process, the rest of the day, that much easier. So we're looking for those kind of big bang for our buck time tasks. We're not looking at all the cleaning we should get done in a week and putting zone cleaning into our morning routine. We're looking at those daily things where if you do them every day, things still keep running pretty smoothly. And those are what we're looking at. Getting consistent during this Sweep and Smile challenge. So the challenge for this has been the challenge for every Sweep and Smile is that your morning and evening routine should each be about 15 minutes, not more, maybe a little bit less if you can manage it, but most of us can't. But aim for 15 minutes. 15 minutes at the start of the day, 15 minutes at the end of the day, because starting is a big hurdle. And the smaller the commitment, the easier it is to just start it because you kind of see that light at the end of the tunnel. You're not trying to talk yourself into cleaning the whole house, which makes us just want to like keep reading or not get up out of our chair. But when it's like, well, okay, I can set a timer for 15 minutes and get these things that I know are going to make a big difference done, that's motivating because it's manageable. It's very clear. We'll eliminate the vagueness out of it so we know exactly what we should be doing and we'll know exactly when we'll be done. Because a lot of times we treat our cleaning tasks as these big, vague responsibilities that, we could be cleaning the kitchen. If we put clean the kitchen on our task list, we could spend 10 minutes doing that. We could spend 2 hours, 4 hours doing that task. So clean the kitchen is nebulous. It's hard to see the end of. We don't really know what done looks like. So the more we can narrow it down and clarify okay, when I say I need to unload the dishwasher, that's pretty clear. I know when I'm done unloading the dishwasher. So that makes a good task for the morning routine. Clearing the counters, depending on the state of your counters and what lives on them and the amount of counter space that there is, might or might not be a good one, but at least maybe like if you have a kitchen island, clearing and washing the island is clear, small, doable, and makes a big difference. And yes, I did set a timer. I have used a timer, especially in the first few rounds of Sweep and Smile. Or I start using a timer when I start letting other things creep in, or if distractions start happening. So the timer can really help you build the habit, especially if you tend to get in the zone and start doing more than you'd put on your list, which is great when it's like cleaning time. But this is just getting those basics done before starting the day. So usually we might have to get out the door or start school. We have other things that we need to be doing. So we want to just keep it focused on these important tasks and not get distracted by the dust on the top of the door jamb or whatever we suddenly notice and feel like we have to take care of right away. And then also the timer can help if you're like, okay, I'm going to unload the dishwasher, but you're likely to be interrupted by a child's need that could wait 15 minutes. Not all of them can, for sure. And, or a phone call. You can say, okay, I know I'm going to be done soon, so I can just return that soon. Or, the many things, just our own distracting mind. We say, oh, wait, I got to do that now, or I'm never going to do it. It can wait 15 minutes. So the timer can also help as that I'm going to get through this list. It's only 15 minutes. Anything else that suddenly pops into my head can wait 15 minutes and the timer will go off and then I'll deal with that. So we're looking for those things. Yes. Okay. Maurice is checking my daughter's school book bag. Needs to happen every evening to prevent before the bus surprises. Yeah. So we're looking for those kind of tasks that we might put off that will really help prepare us for the rest of the day, get us set up for smooth sailing. One of my kids' morning jobs is to clear and wash the table after breakfast because we need that table for school, right? So people use it for eating. It has to be cleaned. So that has to be done at that time. We can't really postpone that task until later in the day. It makes a big difference to have that done first thing. So we're looking for those tasks that are kind of prerequisites for other things to happen in the day and put them in the morning and evening routine. And talking about kids' chores has in the past not been a part of Sweep and Smile, but we are going to talk about it this time because I know people often during Sweep and Smile have had questions about that. And if we have kids around in the morning or the evening, they can be a great help, a great asset, and it's good for all of us to be working together on these things. And so we'll talk about getting them on board and getting good tasks and clear tasks with clear requirements to do some of these routine things together. So the plan is to do 1 week on the morning routine and then another week on the evening routine. And then we'll build in from there, and we'll still also have a week for EHOP because that one's vital. That is my little code name for evening tidying up. But think before we get started about your main goal in taking Sweep and Smile? Like, what is the biggest piece of your need in this situation that you find yourself in right now? What are you hoping to get out of it? And what benefit do you see happening by the end of the program? What outcome are you looking for? Some of you might just want more intentional practice with the routines you already have. Some of you might not have any solid morning or evening routines at all yet. Maybe you have a specific problem area, something that's really causing major hiccups the rest of the day. You're like, I need to figure this out and get something working here. Spend a minute and share in the chat box if you know what yours is. What is like your one thing, your focus, this Sweep and Smile, the thing that made you think this is the right thing for me right now because I really need to tackle X? Because the more we can be clear about what we want to focus on and get out of something, the better choices we're going to make moving forward. So there's going to actually be a spot on your weekly checklist every single week, and you're going to write the exact same thing on it every single week because that repetition is going to help. And you're going to put, so I see several people with regular EHAP, kitchen focus, not doing evening routine backlogs my morning, right? The laundry system. So identify that one piece or the one area or an adjective, maybe like consistency, accountability probably is because of consistency. So you're looking at what focus you want to have, because you're going to be tempted to go in many different directions or to try to put too much into the morning and evening routine, or even with a limited focus. This time around, they're still like, oh, I should be doing everything equally. But really, if you zero in on what you want to get out of it for your situation right now, you won't get just that out of it. The benefits will go far beyond, but you will feel more confident in the choices that you're making. And you will know that the choices you're making are the right ones. And so that increases your motivation. It will increase your consistency. And then repeating that, writing that out on the list every week will make sure that you're addressing your need and not just, maybe getting an idea from someone else and saying, oh, someone that works for someone else, I should do that. But think first about your situation and what you're working with and what you are working towards. And that will help you come up with a plan that is for you and that will help you where you're at, which is going to be different. We can see here in the chat box, we have people in all kinds of different life stages or with different needs, and that's going to that's going to matter in the tasks that you choose, in the tasks that maybe you give to your kids. It's going to make a difference. So putting your focus on your page will help you not get distracted by other people's focuses and other people's solutions, but to get ideas, but not just try to apply what works for someone else directly to yourself, but try to figure out what you need in your situation right now and stay focused in on that. So a new home craziness club, yes. Figuring things out with a new house definitely throws things off. I think I saw up here, someone's in the new baby stage. The routine is going to look very, very different from new baby to, middle schoolers. And so your focus should reflect that. And that will help you stay on track instead of getting distracted by shiny object, by wishing for something else, wishing things were different, or thinking, well, someday, then we'll get on track. It's like, this is actually on track right now. If the baby stage means that the morning routine is changing a diaper, maybe more than one diaper, and unloading the dishwasher, and because of baby, that might actually take 15 minutes or longer. So that's what you're going to put into it. And you know that because this is just the situation we're in, this isn't for forever, but this is for right now. And so it's a victory if even my only morning task is just unloading the dishwasher. Then that's the goal that we're going in with it. And so that's a success, no matter what other people's morning routines are. Checking kids' chores is a good one. All right. So be thinking about the various tasks that might go into your morning and evening routine, and really pick those that are like the first domino in a long domino set. That it's like, if I start this one, then these other things are going to be so much easier. And they'll just have this effect the rest of the day. And maybe time yourself tomorrow doing some of those to get an idea for how long they actually take. So my rule of thumb would be to pick 3 different things and spend 5 minutes on them. That's what I do. But it could also be a task like unload the dishwasher. Time yourself. See how long it takes to unload the dishwasher. Or, a big one for me was when we moved, we had way more main level floor space and all hard floors. And so at our previous house, I've been able to sweep the main living areas in about 5 minutes. And so that's about how much time I mentally budgeted for it. And then I finally actually set a timer at this current house where we're at now and swept the whole main level. And it took between 15 and 20 minutes. I was like, okay, that's why I feel like I'm always behind in my chore time. It's because this is taking way more time than I had mentally budgeted for. So especially if you're in a new house, time yourself and see how long it actually takes to get things done. And know that time does change, because the more consistent and regular you are with something, the faster you get at it. But give yourself some margin there too. And if it takes you 3 to 4 minutes to unload the dishwasher, that's a 5-minute task. Like, don't try to fit in an extra one. So it's like, well, it's 4 minutes, so I have an extra minute to round to the nearest 5 minutes and pick 3 5-minute tasks. See what you can get done in 5 minutes. Okay. And so you'll get that first checklist on Saturday with the first lesson. And I'm looking forward to this round of Sleep and Smile. Thank you so much for joining me.